EigenLayer will be the biggest airdrop in 2024. EigenLayer is reshaping Ethereum by introducing this new concept called restaking. I'll talk about what exactly EigenLayer is and walk you through step by step on how to qualify for this airdrop. I'll show you different strategies leveraging new protocols building on top of EigenLayer in the ecosystem. This is going to allow you to qualify for up to 5 different airdrops and really maximize your gains here. In September of 2022, Ethereum migrated to proof of stake, which allowed us to stake our Ethereum to help secure the blockchain. There's over 900,000 validators securing the Ethereum network globally distributed and decentralized, and oftentimes this can lead to a lot of wasted computing resources. EigenLayer wanted to tap into those resources of a globally distributed network and a trusted security model by offering restaking Ethereum services. This would give those 900,000 validators to secure protocols other than Ethereum in return for more fees and rewards. EigenLayer raised in May of 2023 over $50 million led by blockchain capital to go ahead and build this idea. They've secured over $2.16 billion, but this number is about to get a lot bigger. EigenLayer has in the past had to make sure they cap out the amount of ETH they allow people to stake to make sure that they're managing the protocol and growing at a safe rate. On February 5th, they're going to introduce a bunch of new liquid staked Ethereum options that you can choose from, as well as have no caps for 1 week. And I suspect we could see that 2.6 billion number climb as high as 5 billion. Even if the caps are closed in the future, I'm going to show you protocols in the EigenLayer ecosystem that have a secret backdoor that can get around this cap. When you first access EigenLayer, you're going to be given a ton of different options to where you can deposit your ETH and restake it, and in turn, you'll start to earn restaked points. Restake points will translate to your future airdrop. Let's first go over the basics on how to go ahead and deposit into EigenLayer, and then I'll show you these different strategies on how to maximize these points and all these different protocols that are building on top of this solution. If you've ever staked your Ethereum, you're probably quite familiar with a few protocols on here, notably Lido, which is the largest liquid staking Ethereum provider, but there's also other big ones like Swell, Rocket Pool, we even have Coinbase, and if we scroll down, there's even Binance. The big question is, which one should I pick? Well, most of these projects already have a token, like Lido and Rocket Pool, and so my favorite is actually Swell Network. And that's because Swell is getting ready to do its own airdrop for people who stake their Ethereum with Swell. So this already is your first opportunity to qualify for 2 different airdrops. You can qualify for the Swell airdrop when you stake your Swell, and then you can qualify for the EigenLayer airdrop when you decide to restake that Swell. What we can do is we can come here to Swell Network, and all the links will be in the description. We'll just connect our wallet, and by going ahead and deposit 1 ETH, we'll then receive 1 SW ETH. You'll then be able to come back here. You can click on the Swell Vault, and here you'll have your Swell in your wallet. You can go ahead and click stake and go ahead and deposit it. Now remember, deposits are paused, you can see, until February 5th, so I'm not going to be able to do it right this moment, but again, I'll show you other protocols on how to get around this. But that's all you have to do. You'll immediately start earning EigenLayer restaking points. Now that we gave a summary on how to stake your ETH with EigenLayer, I want to talk about how to maximize your points and how to get access to even more airdrops. And be sure, come follow me on Twitter. This is where I share a lot of my research ahead of time. I wrote up this guide of all the different protocols building in EigenLayer, but I'm just going to focus on a few of them here that I think are going to be worth the most of your time. In my research, I cover over 12 projects, but I wanted to create a consolidated summary list here of projects that I felt have the most potential. These are projects that are going to allow you to maximize your points, get the most out of your EigenLayer airdrop, as well as be the safest to interact with and have the highest quality auditors to safeguarding your ETH, as well as over 6 projects here that do not have a token yet, and there's over 6 airdrops that we could qualify for. The projects under this LRT header here are fundamentally similar, and we'll talk about the few differences with each of them. But be sure to stick around for when I dive into the Pendle strategies, because these are a little bit more advanced, complex, higher risk, but it's really what's going to allow you to maximize your potential airdrop. Every project here, with the exception of Restake Fi, allows you to earn some concepts of points or pearls or miles. And it's hard to assign value to these points because we don't quite know what the valuation of this airdrop could be, as well as what the tokenomics look like. But we can make some guesses based on some information that we have. One of the biggest considerations for any airdrop is the more people that pile into an airdrop or a yield farm, the more that it becomes diluted. And if we look at the TVL, Swell has about 462 million. Kelp 296, EtherFi almost 700 million. So for example, when Swell goes ahead and does its airdrop, you're going to have to look at your contribution versus how many other unique people are also contributing to this protocol and to what would represent kind of your piece of the pie. Now, TVL should only be one consideration. And what I mean by that is it's very possible that Swell launches at a $1 billion valuation, meaning their airdrop could be quite significant. Or some of the other projects like Puffer Finance, maybe they only launch at a 200 million valuation, meaning that their airdrop could be considerably worth less and they have almost as much TVL. And again, I don't know exactly the tokenomics for these projects and nobody does, so we'll just have to make some best guesses here. Now I've highlighted 5 protocols that I want to focus on that I believe have the most upside. I've eliminated EtherFi because they have significant amount of TVL, almost 700 million. They're also backed by the Stater Labs team, which is a well-known team in crypto, but I'm just not expecting their token to launch at a very high valuation. I've also eliminated RestakeFi. RestakeFi is a favorite project of mine. They have a top-notch auditor, but their token is already live. But if you are looking for a chance to have a guaranteed yield, meaning you don't want to play the gamification of points and airdrops and all that, you can stake with the RestakeFi right now for 295% APY. Now there's only 3.4 million in TVL, so as more people pile in, this will go down quite a bit. But right now the token rewards are live and you receive them in kind of a vested restake token. So it's definitely a good opportunity for people who are tired of the points, tired of the airdrops, and they just want the yield. Let's first start with Swell. They offer 2 products, liquid staking ETH and then liquid restaking ETH. And right now they're offering a bonus by offering you 30 pearls for liquid staking your ETH and then an additional 30 pearls if you agree to liquid restake them with EigenLayer. Swell has a ton of different ways to help you earn pearls, which ultimately translates to this airdrop. Some of its partners include Balancer, Aura, Pendle. And if we come down here to chapter 3, right now it's focused on restaking an EigenLayer, which is the most beneficial way to get the most pearls and go ahead and qualify for this airdrop. Now, when you stake your ETH with Swell, you're still going to earn EigenLayer points as well as Swell pearls. Next, let's focus on Renzo because Renzo has a secret backdoor to help you avoid the caps if you ever encounter that problem. And right now, for every ETH staked, you get about 200 points. You can go ahead and stake your ETH with Renzo, and collectively, they have farmed over 31 million EigenLayer points, and they've promised to pass these points directly to their users. They've also awarded 36 million Renzo points, and again, you get 200 points for every 1 ETH staked to kind of give you an idea of how that matches up. Renzo allows you to deposit 3 different types of ETH, and we can see here that some of these vaults will go again live February 5th, but I talked about Renzo having a secret backdoor. We can see here that ETH deposits are never capped, and that's because when you deposit ETH and mint Easy ETH, it pairs it and goes ahead and deposit into an Eigenpie, and these are not subject to any kind of cap, so it always has that workaround available for people, which is pretty cool. Next, we have Kelp DAO, which has secured about $300 million in ETH. When you go ahead and choose to restake, and if you click this drop down, you can see here that you can earn bonuses. So if you deposit ETH, you're going to earn EigenLayer points, bonus, and Kelp miles. If you do something like Lido or Frax, you're still going to earn the EigenLayer points and Kelp miles. Right now, they're just kind of doing an incentive bonus for ETH. But again, it's the same story. By agreeing to stake with these providers, they're going to pass those EigenLayer points directly to you. And again, you would qualify for something like the Kelp airdrop. Next, I want to talk about Puffer Finance because not only have they raised $5.5 million, including an investment from Binance, but they've gone ahead and also raised a $100,000 grant from the Ethereum Foundation. And Puffer right now has set up these different quests and chapters and engage in different activities. It allows you to connect your wallet as well as your Twitter profile. And when you deposit ETH, you earn your Puffer points. We can see right now there are 5 different chapters and we are in chapter 2 already. And this is just where, like I said, you connect your wallet, you connect your account, and it looks like they're letting you kind of choose a team here. Once you create your profile, you can go ahead and deposit either staked ETH or wrap staked ETH. This is by Lido, and you will be able to mint Puffer ETH. Ideally, I would expect Puffer to announce their airdrop once we completed Chapter 5. The last project I want to talk about before we visit Pendle's advanced strategies is Eigenpie. And Eigenpie is not new to crypto. They have quite a few different projects where they act kind of as a liquid wrapper or a yield booster for very popular teams like Pendle, Radiant, PancakeSwap. So with Eigenpie, they're actually going to be releasing a new token as well, which makes it ideal for a chance to qualify for this airdrop. And so you can see here, you're going to be able to stake various different ETHs, and you'll go ahead and earn your EigenLayer points and of course your Eigenpie points. And it is really cool because if you scroll down here, we can see that they support Swell, which you're still going to earn your pearls, meaning that you're still going to get your Swell airdrop and your EigenLayer. And if you also scroll down for their state or staked ETH, it looks like they have a boost program in place right now to earn extra rewards. All in all, if you can only do one of these, I think Swell is probably your best bet. I think they're going to launch ideally at the highest valuation. They've been the biggest contender in the liquid staking arena, and I think they just have the most upside here. But if you have the opportunity and you have the ETH to go ahead and allocate to quite a few different projects, I think some of my favorites are going to be Swell, Puffer Finance, and Renzo. Now let's talk about something really cool. So this is the Pendle liquid restaking strategies. And for this, they partnered with 3 main projects: EtherFi, Kelp DAO, and Renzo Finance. What this is going to allow you to do is earn a multiplier and earn even more points. With EtherFi, you're going to earn 2x the points, and as well as 1x the EigenLayer, Kelp DAO 3x, and Renzo Finance 2x. Pendle's core product is by taking yield-bearing assets and splitting it into the principal and yield tokens. This means if we take something like staked ETH that earns about 4% APY, what we can do is buy the rights to that 4% APY without having to actually own the underlying asset. There are multiple strategies you can do here, but if we focus on the yield token, meaning buying the rights to just the yield, this is the opportunity to have the most upside, the most points, but it's also to some degree the riskiest. We can see here that the native leverage is going to be 29x the points. The EigenLayer leverage is going to be 14x the points. And what you do is you buy this token that has a maturity date. But something to remember is that at maturity date, the value of this token is actually 0. The reason that has no value at maturity is because you're buying the rights to the yield. So when this matures on the 24th of April of 2024, there's no more rewards accruing to it. So it no longer has a market value. Now the market can value these yield tokens however it wants. And if you want to sell it before maturity, you also have that option as well, depending on whatever the market is willing to price it at and give you back. If you don't prefer that approach and you don't really want to gamble on points, again, they have other strategies like providing LP, which is going to give you a guaranteed up to 44% APY. And we can also take a look at this whale that's deposited $1.78 million into these Pendle strategies. You can see here they bought 2 different yield tokens, one maturing on the 27th of June and one maturing on the 25th of April. And since they've actually purchased these yield tokens, they've actually earned additional rewards. So the market has placed them at a higher value. So this is obviously someone that is willing to take the bet that the points that they are going to get in accrual are going to be worth significantly more than what they're spending on the yield token themselves. Here's everything we talked about today, including all the different liquid staking options, the different liquid restaking protocols to allow you to earn those extra points and qualify for even more airdrops, as well as the different Pendle liquid restaking strategies. If you have any questions, drop me a follow on Twitter, send me a DM, or check the links below. Come join the completely free community Discord. But cheers, see you in the next one.